filtering and sorting. In this and the next few videos I will take my list of animals that I got from my JSON file and then split into the animal name, the animal description and the animal type. And I've already shown it in a nice table here. And now I want to filter it so that I can see only the cats and only the dogs and all the animals. I could also add only the dragons and only the horses. And I also want to sort it by name or by type or by description or by age. And I want the sorting to be able to go in ascending direction from low to high and in descending direction from high to low for all different kinds of property here. So this is what I want, but let's take a look at what I have. Here in my HTML I have created the entire design with the buttons and the list itself, and I want the header, the headings of the list to be the sort buttons, and I have a template for each animal. And in the script I have some code for loading the JSON, prepare the objects. That means converting the JSON, these full name here, converting them into name, description, type and age. And I have a function for displaying the list and displaying each animal. So let's take a look at what I actually have here. The buttons doesn't work. I've written some test text here I shouldn't have. Away with that. So nothing works, nothing does anything, but at least the list is showing in whatever order it was in the JSON. If you see here, if I shift Mando and Mia, then take a look at the output. Now Mia comes first, because that's how it is in the JSON. Okay, so maybe to make it a bit more clear, maybe I should make a drawing of the diagram here for seeing which functions calls which. So let's find my drawing utensils and clean this mess a bit up. And then let's see. The first thing that happens is that it calls the function start, that then calls load JSON, that then calls prepare objects. So it first it begins here, calls the function start, and that calls the function load JSON, that called prepare objects. And if we take a look at prepare objects here, that calls prepare object. Okay, might fix that spelling mistake here. That was even worse. Prepare object. So, and that's just a helper function called here, and it returns the animal object. So we don't need to talk about that anymore. But let's just add it here. Prepare object. And then prepare objects calls the display list, and here's a note: this might not be what we want to call. This is probably a very nice hint to have. And display list then calls display animal. So this one calls display list, and the calls display animal. This looks like a nice, decent diagram, let's look at the parameters. Display animals, take a single animal. I'll just add that here. Spit an animal. And display list takes the list of animals. But I can also see that prepare objects store the list in all animals. So there is a all animals global variable that I'm going to add up here. All animals. I don't know how to make that global. Just to help myself knowing that that is there and that's going to be used. Good. Now, just to make it easy for myself, I'm going to store everything in Git. And of course I'm going to git add all the files. And let's check. We have animals, JSON, index, script, and styles. And git commit message, say starter files, display the list.